My girlfriend, 30F, told me, 25M, not to bring her up around a guy. Hello, first post here and I need some advice. My girlfriend, 30F, of 8 months told me, 25M, not to bring her up around a specific guy? Mind you, he's technically her boss. I say technically because he's a higher up but isn't her boss for her district, and they do talk a bit more than just boss and associate. She has mentioned before to me that he's cute, like super cute. He can be a model, and I've caught her deleting messages between them. When I mentioned it was weird, she brought this up out of the blue, and I thought it was weird. She replied that I'm reading too much into it, got upset, and threatened to sleep at her parents tonight. My man. Deleted messages. Don't bring her up to him. Not really her boss. Calling him cute. And only been in a relationship for 8 months. Let her sleep at her parents' house and tell her to not let the door hit her on the way out. It doesn't matter whether she's cheating or not. This is such a blatant attempt at making Op feel less than, and putting him down. It's a control game with a sadistic angle. She is fucking him, can't be any clearer than that. Edit. Changed a few words. Walk away. You can find a better girl at a gas station. She doesn't want him to know you are seeing her, because he thinks she is single. Do you work with him? She probably has a roster. He is hitting first, you are clean up. My husband, M44, has been secretly recording me, F42, without my permission. I, F42, have been married to my husband, M44, for 20 years. I was putting luggage away tonight in the closet in our bathroom and noticed something in the pocket of a backpack that felt hot. Upon inspection I found my husband's phone and it was recording. It took me few minutes to process what was going on. Then I started looking through different files, and he has been doing this for months. I feel so violated, angry, and disgusted. We have admittedly been having a hard time in our marriage for the past few years, so there has only been intimacy about 6 times in a year. When I approached him with my findings, he apologized and said he just wanted to see me. His dishonesty in a multitude of ways has been the primary reason for our marital discourse. We have children and I'm afraid of how divorce will affect them, but I feel like I've been assaulted. How do I begin to process this? Children do better with divorced parents than they do with miserable parents, with fighting parents, and with emotionally distant parents. You need to model a healthy relationship for them. That is your role. Personally, I don't see how you can possibly stay with this man. You feel abused because you have been abused. Ew. No. He just wanted to see me. That is the creepiest, most despicable thing I've heard of a husband doing to his wife without physically harming her. Please get the evidence together and file a police report. This is voyeurism and it's illegal. It's an insane violation of your privacy and bodily autonomy. This is highly illegal or even a felony in many locations. Act accordingly. Talk to a lawyer ASAP and do everything they say. The question is, what is he doing with the videos? This is a criminal offense. Could you ever trust him again? It sounds like things haven't been great for a while. Kids will adapt if you divorce. Bringing them up in an unhappy home is worse. Divorce. But first talk to a lawyer and the police. Do you have children? Has he recorded them? Get an attorney and talk to the police. This is illegal in many places. Even if it isn't where you are, it should be grounds for a divorce. That's so unhinged and creepy. I would document everything that he has and take it to a lawyer. Put it all on a flash drive and give it to someone you trust too, just in case anything happens, so that they know what's up. My 35F, fiancé, 35M, just walked out on my a week before our IVF cycle starts. I ordered my IVF meds today. We're supposed to leave for NYC in a week. Everything is booked and paid for. The total cost is around $30,000, and I am paying for it without any financial help from him. This is our second round. I paid for the first one too, $32,000. He's paid $1,000 for a semen analysis, that's it, while I've bent over backwards to pay $62,000 in total. I've handled every hotel, every appointment, every logistical detail. I did all the research. I found the doctor. I've paid for everything. I've done this entire process alone. Tonight just broke something in me. We were supposed to go to his mom's birthday party in Boston tomorrow. I told him I didn't have the mental space. I told him that I'm scared my period will come early, and I don't want to be 4 hours from home with nothing packed and everything on the line. Instead of reassuring me, he just stared at me. It was so bizarre. No hug, no comfort, just blankness. When I got upset and panicky, he got defensive. It brought everything back from last time, when he completely disappeared emotionally, and I had to grieve the failed cycle alone. When I was going through hell, he acted like nothing was happening. Like if he ignored it, it would go away. Today, while I was ordering meds and barely holding it together, he was talking about quitting his job and getting a BMW. I'm not exaggerating. I've spent $61,000 on this. It's his sperm issue that requires IVF. Something we were told by the urologist was due to lifestyle factors, i.e. vaping, weed, unhealthy diet, etc. He's made changes, but only in the last week despite my asking him to change things for months. And somehow, I'm still the only one showing up. Not just financially, but also physically and emotionally. When I asked him why he couldn't step up emotionally and support me, even just hug me, he said that I have a bad temper. When I told him I couldn't do this with him if this is how he acts, he yelled, "Fine, do it yourself then," and walked out of our apartment. So now I'm sitting here completely spiraling. I don't know how I'm supposed to do this with someone who vanishes when I'm vulnerable. How will he be a father if he can't even hold my hand when I'm scared? How will he grieve with me if it fails again? How will he show up for a child when he can't show up for me? I'm heartbroken. I don't think I can go through this cycle with him. Too long did not read. I've spent $60,000 on IVF and done 100% of the planning and emotional labor. My fiancé has contributed nothing, and tonight, when I needed comfort, he walked out. IVF starts next week. I think I'm realizing I can't do this with him. Maybe he doesn't want a baby? Gur r r r r r r r l l l l l l l l l l l l l l l l l l l l l l l l. I mean, it probably doesn't seem like it today, but him leaving before you actually have a baby with him is as good as all this would turn out. He sucks, and you don't. Stop trying to have a baby with this man. How many red flags do you need to see he didn't care about you? Get some self-respect before you bring a child into this world. Why are you so invested in a man who doesn't want a baby? You are already alone. You just don't want to acknowledge it. You can continue to be alone, even though you are technically in a relationship, or you can let go of this toxic relationship. My parents, 26F, think my boyfriend, 30M, is a loser. I have an amazing relationship with a guy I've met on dating app 4 years ago. Our relationship has been happy, exciting yet also beautiful and challenging as we've gone through a lot with each other. He has supported me so much. We get along really well. However, the only downside has been my parents. They disapprove of my boyfriend because he isn't as well educated as me and thinks he doesn't make enough money. He has a bachelor's degree, and I'm graduating med school next year. He works for a financial company making $90,000 to $100,000 a year. They think he's not making that much. They think he's making $60,000 a year because that's the starting salary for a bachelor's degree. They think he never make enough money and his job sucks, is not prestigious enough. They think he's not good enough. That I can do better. They have met him, and they think it's a joke that our relationship will fade and I'll get over this phase. As of now, I don't share anything about me and my boyfriend with them because it's just not worth the pain. For background, I'm in the upper middle class, currently in med school, and my parents are doctors. I feel very privileged because they are helping me with financially through school. Once I graduate though, I plan to be financially independent. They want me to be with someone better. Someone who is a doctor or someone of that educational status, prestige, and earning potential. I feel so ambivalent because I love my parents and I love my boyfriend. I don't want to break up with my boyfriend. He is not a loser. He is a kind, hardworking man who loves me. I hate that I'm disappointing my parents. Why cannot they respect someone I care so deeply about? He has a bachelor's degree and a job which absolutely doesn't make him loser material. It's been 4 years since you met and they're still thinking you're being silly? Personally, I think this is a situation of your parents being in the wrong. This sounds like a hard situation with unfortunately having to rely on your parents financially while still wanting to keep your relationship, so that's a whole other thing. Have you talked with them directly? Do you think his career choice is the reason for them thinking this? Just asking because you didn't mention what career category he's in or what his bachelor's is in. He's got a bachelor's degree, making $100,000 a year. How is that a loser? The man lives, pays his bills, has a secure job and loves you. Your parents are just being doctor snobs. Next time they bring it up, perhaps a bit of reverse psychology, shaming might help. As in, this man makes me happy, supports me, nurtures me, loves me, and pays his own way. How is that not good enough for you? Follow that up with, do you really care what makes me happy, or are you more concerned with what your doctor friends will say if I marry someone who is just in finance? Man, I'd love to be a loser earning 6 figures. Your parents sound like snobs who probably look down on everyone who makes their cushy life possible because they're not as important as they are. For doctors, they sure do lack empathy. Congratulations, Op. You've managed to make it to adulthood without becoming a product of their class bias. Keep living your life and loving your partner. He sounds like a good man who makes you happy. If that's not enough for your parents, then too bad. Stop worrying about disappointing them and try telling them how much they're disappointing you. So are you Chinese or Indian? Lol. 1. You're a grown woman. 2. You will soon be completely autonomous. 3. There is more to a successful relationship than just money or just love. If you are on the same page with life goals, he's a keeper. 4. You won't know if you're both truly compatible until you live together. After you've figured out that stage, you will know whether the partnership is on track.